Previously, without hesitation Kunigami kicked the ball with his lefty shot straight at the goal. The ball flew straight into the corner of the goal post, and the goalkeeper was unable to reach it, resulting in the third goal for Bastard-Munchen. And with a goal scored by Kunigami successfully brought the Bastard-Munchen victory. After the match, Kunigami asked Isagi why he passed to him because he thought there was no reason for him to receive Isagi's favor. Isagi replied that there was no reason for him, he just wanted the best result from his calculations, and it wasn't for Kunigami, he just used Kunigami as a tool, because according to Isagi whoever scored a goal their chances to survive in the team were interrelated. Responding to that reason Kunigami said that Isagi had become a weak striker. Isagi who heard those words just fell silent. After that Bachira walked up to Isagi and said it was a nice goal. Then he asked why Isagi crossed to Kunigami when Kaiser was in a better position. Isagi said he didn't want to be Kaiser's pawn. Besides he thought Kunigami's lefty shot was an opportunity, so he was betting on it, and it was a challenge for him at that time. Bachira understood. Then he said when they met again on the same stage, he hoped Isagi could become an egoistic striker in aiming for goals. Ness suddenly came to interrupt them. He was very annoyed at Isagi for stealing the ball from him and not giving an assist to Kaiser who was the center of the team's offense, and instead chose to quit the Bastard-Munchen philosophy. Soon Kaiser also intervened in the dispute by saying that Kunigami was a bandit leader and Isagi was a bandit under him. In response, Isagi said Kaiser was a naked king whose crown was completely stolen by him. Suddenly, Jinpachi appears from the screen, and that stops their dispute. The purpose of Jinpachi appearing at that moment was to provide some information and motivation to the Blue Lock players. He said that when players enter a new team they inevitably have to be able to steal a position in order to become a starter. Whether it's by attempting to adapt the team's philosophy, changing the gameplay of the team, or even giving up and running away in each fight. In fact, it is a reasonable thing to do in order to maintain their existence in a team. And then Jinpachi began to provide some information about the progress of the Neo-Egoist League. Through an agreement that has been made with several club owners around the world. In fact, the entire training process and the matches carried out from the beginning have been broadcast live around the world like a reality show called Blue Lock TV. The players involved in it will be made a special ranking based on the yearly salary of the offers of various clubs. Such as Isagi who is now getting an offer of a yearly salary of 17 million yen from Berserk Dortmund. However, this value is below Bachira who received an offer from the Portamian team of 32 million yen, and Kunigami who received an offer from Kawasaki Breaker of 24 million yen. Not only that, the value of Isagi's offer looks far less than Alexis Ness' offer value of 50 million yen, and Michael Kaiser gets a fantastic yearly salary offer from Bastard-Munchen of 300 million yen. This number makes several other players dumbfounded by the amount of contracts that describe all the abilities of a Michael Kaiser. Jinpachi then added that they will use salary rankings to determine the top 23 Blue Lock players who will automatically join the Japan U20 team at the World Cup. For Blue Lock players this is a place to hone their skills, and for foreigners, this is a place to showcase themselves to club owners all over the world. This is a market for the world to unearth new talents in this environment that mixes up Blue Lock players with the world newcomers. In other words, all players and teams are markets and that's how the world of professional sports works. In addition, Jinpachi had also made a deal with the club owner and sponsor to see the evolution of Blue Lock's #1 player, Isagi Yoichi. However, Noah was against it until the end, so he only accepted being forced to use Isagi for one match. But now Isagi has shown his worth and he has been given a price tag. Isagi was surprised to hear that. He looked excited as if he couldn't wait to prove his worth. He was amazed at Jinpachi who had set up a luxurious environment for Blue Lock players to evolve. After that Jinpachi displayed the match between PXG vs Uber on the screen. The match was broadcast live to 80 million Blue Lock TV fans around the world. During the match, Itoshi Rin scored the decisive goal and led his team to victory. The results of the match made several Blue Lock players get annual salary offers from various clubs from all over the world. Ryu Jubei received an offer of 5 million yen from the Urawa Rubies team after watching Ryu's defense skills. Next is Karasu Tobito, who successfully attracted the attention of the PXG team and received an offer of an annual salary of 12 million yen. Next was Oliver Aiku, who was offered a salary of 15 million yen by the Bolos team from Italy. And then the next player is Shido Ryusei, who was offered a high salary of 20 million yen by the Ajax team from the Netherlands after he showed his instinct for scoring the goal. And the last player, as well as the current most expensive player of Blue Lock, is Itoshi Rin, who got a salary offer of 36 million yen from the PXG team, and that puts Rin in the first position in the Blue Lock ranking. Jinpachi said that the third match would be the next opportunity for the Blue Lock players who didn't play on the field. Because in 10 days there will be a match between Bastard-Munchen versus Manshine City, and that will be an opportunity for players who have not played to show off. We go flashback to 10 days earlier, when the Blue Lock players entered the England Stratum and met Manshine City's master striker, Chris Prince. Chris explained that the philosophy of Manshine City is speed and rush, and according to him, only a healthy body can harbor the madness to change the world. Chris, who was very excited, immediately checked the body of each Blue Lock player. Just by checking the body, Chris could know the strengths of each player. Chigiri is a speedy forward. Nagi is a player who can jump and kick after ball control. And Reo is a well-rounded player with balanced muscles. After checking all the players' bodies, Chris said that if the Blue Lock players have not used all their potential, they must understand the mechanics of their respective bodies. The reason they are all here is to awaken your dormant abilities. So let's start, Blue Lock guys, it's time to revolutionize your bodies. The next scene shows Chigiri training his leg muscles so he can run for a full 90 minutes without losing stamina. Reo training his endurance so he can play in two positions at once, defensive and offensive midfielders. And Nagi training his upper body muscle strength so he can have a good balance and be perfect when dueling in the air. After the flashback, we move to the Bastard-Munchen locker room. After hearing the entire plot that determines the fate of everyone's career in the Neo-Egoist League, all Blue Lock players seem very motivated to be able to perform like Kunigami or Isagi. Considering there will only be 3 matches left for the Bastard-Munchen, it is difficult for them to keep up with the regular players from Bastard-Munchen, including Isagi. Isagi's face is still not satisfied with his performance, considering that his market value is still far behind Rin, who is able to perform better with the PXG. Even in the achievement of goals scored, Rin, who successfully scored 2 goals, was crowned as the holder of the temporary top scorer. Rin's extraordinary achievements during his debut made Isagi realize that his journey to become the #1 striker in the world was far away. Then, just as Isagi finished speaking, Yukimiya suddenly came up to him with a face full of emotion. Yukimiya was actually jealous of Isagi's achievement, which he thought was so easy. Isagi, who was triggered, said that Yukimiya was indeed blind to reality. Kaiser, who overheard the commotion, came into the room. Kaiser said, "If you hate Isagi that much, then come with me, Yukimiya. We've all got a jealous demon inside us. It takes a professional to tame it." But with an indifferent attitude, Yukimiya refused the offer. While leaving the room, Kaiser said that he came only to give some advice to make a wise choice in order to be in the regular team, which is to follow Isagi or him. He also added by saying not to choose the wrong king to serve. After that, Hiyori told the guys from Blue Lock that no one would follow the Kaiser anyway. If they had to follow someone, it would be Isagi. But at that time everyone in the room was silent and no one responded to that question. We flash back to Yukimiya. He is a person who is very obsessed with soccer and his goal is to become a pro player. But one day he experienced something strange in his vision and he immediately went to the doctor. From the results of the examination, the doctor said that Yukimiya's vision was narrowed, and when Yukimiya was fatigued a blind spot would appear, and after being diagnosed it was optic neuropathy. The doctor also explained that the process of this eye disorder could not be stopped. The symptoms would be accompanied by nausea and headaches, and the worst possibility could be blindness. The doctor told Yukimiya to forget his dream of becoming a pro soccer player. Yukimiya, who heard this, was shocked and cried. He didn't mean this and he only wanted to be a pro soccer player. The doctor approached Yukimiya and said that he would give his best for Yukimiya. He would also help and support Yukimiya to become a pro player. But the process of the disease would continue and the time Yukimiya was given to play would be limited. And this is the reason why Yukimiya is jealous of Isagi. Because Isagi got what Yukimiya wanted. But for now Yukimiya is ready to die for his own idealism. 10 days have passed and it's time for the announcement of Bastard-Munchen's regular players. Noah said that this formation was based on the results of the first match and training sessions. He concluded this would be the optimal formation. The regular player selected for the match against Manshine City was Michael Kaiser as center forward, Kunigami as right forward. The reason Kunigami was selected was because of his goal in the previous match. Isagi as the right side midfielder. The reason Isagi was selected was because of his performance in the previous match. Grim as the left side midfielder. Ness as top center. Ali as defensive midfielder. Corona as right side back. The reason Corona was selected was because of his speed and ability to control the ball. Plus Corona can adapt to Isagi's game. Mensur and Birkenstock as center backs. Yukimiya as left side back. The reason Yukimiya was selected was because Yukimiya has competent values. Noah also hopes that Yukimiya can use his speed to defend the left side. And lastly, the position as a goalkeeper is Gagamaru. The reason Gagamaru was chosen because he has the best value to become a goalkeeper, and Bastard-Munchen really needs a goalkeeper like Gagamaru. The formation that will be used is 4-4-2. Noah said that this formation was chosen based on numbers, but it can be said that this formation is an experiment for this match. And the reason is because the current team has different philosophies. One is the style of efficiency in football that uses Kaiser as the finisher, and the other is the blue lock style that causes a chemical reaction between unrestrained egoism. In other words, Noah wanted to see what evolution would be created between the two different philosophies. Noah instructed his players not to hesitate and prove themselves worthy in front of him. With determination, the Bastard-Munchen players began to enter the battlefield to prove their worth. On the opposite side, the Manshine City players were waiting for the arrival of the German players and were ready to show off on the battlefield. So, what will happen next? Thanks for watching. Peace.